When people hear the words spirit communication, they usually imagine talking to ghosts, hearing voices, seeing dead people, something intense, obvious, or even scary. And because of that, a lot of people immediately think, oh yeah, no thanks. No, not for me. But here's the part that nobody explains. If spirit communication were loud, dramatic, and overwhelming, most people wouldn't be able to function. For the majority of people, spirit communication, including talking to loved ones who have passed, doesn't even show up as voices or visions at all. It shows up quietly. And if you ever thought of somebody who's gone and then suddenly felt them, received comfort without knowing why, or had a calm inner knowing that didn't feel forced or overwhelming or emotional, you might already be experiencing it without realizing that that's what it is. And if talking about this makes you curious and nervous at the same time, go ahead and subscribe now, because everything we talk about here and on this channel is grounded, human, and made to make you feel safe and comfortable and understandable. Hi boo, it's me, your medium bestie, the Death Fairy, certified death doula, and your spirit guide to the other side. Ding! What spirit communication really means. Let's get this out of the way, boo. Spirit communication does not mean seeing ghosts, hearing voices, or having conversations with the dead. While it does include that, for most people it involves receiving information or comfort that doesn't involve logical thought. It might involve loved ones who have passed. It might feel ancestral, and it might not even feel like anyone at all in body. It often just feels like an inner calm knowing. It often feels like a calm inner response, a sense of knowing, and a quiet awareness. And if you're already thinking, wait, that sounds super familiar, you are exactly who this video is for. So why do people mostly think, wait, this isn't happening to me? And here's where things go sideways. Media, religion, and social media have taught us that spiritual experiences should be intense, dramatic, or obvious. I mean, there's that whole conversation on what a Kundalini awakening is, or have you had your spiritual awakening? And it makes you feel that if you're not hearing voices, that you just don't have access to this, or you're not special enough, or maybe you're just not born with it. But spiritual communication was not made to overwhelm your nervous system. And if you've ever felt overwhelmed, confused, or unsure of your own spiritual experiences, this is something we gently unpack inside of Spirit Connection Made Easy. Link is down below. Because a lot of people, and even myself in the beginning, carried this doubt with them quietly. There aren't a lot of spaces that openly talk about how normal it is to receive spirit communication, but I made one. So what does it actually feel like for us then? For everyday humans, spirit communication is usually subtle. It can show up as a thought that arrives fully formed and calm, a feeling of reassurance during stress or grief, a physical sensation like warmth, pressure, or stillness, a quiet nudge towards something or away from something. It's not emotional, chaotic, it's not fear, and it's not urgency. And why is this subtle communication actually better for you? Here's something important. Your nervous system processes gentle communication or gentle information far better than overwhelming input. Just think of yourself. When you are with somebody who is like this, how do you feel? You feel like, oh my gosh, you kind of can relate to that in a sense, but also are pushing away, right? Because it's really overwhelming. Your nervous system, your body, it's too much. If spirit communication were like that, we would not be functioning properly. When information arrives softly, it integrates easier. It just kind of melts into your energy and you process it easier. It's more of an inner knowing too. You start thinking like, oh, this is coming from me, because what's happening is it's coming from your spirit. Your spirit is translating other spirits' energy. So it's gentle, it's warm, it's subtle, it's inviting, it's calm, and it doesn't feel like it's dramatic. And when you get it in this way, it's actually useful. And guess what? Your experience is not going to match anybody else's. It's good because that means that you're unique, right? But it's also kind of annoying because then it means, how can I relate to people? Okay, am I crazy? You're going to feel crazy. You're going to be like, how come all of this is happening to me and nothing to them? Or like, why do I always feel like the weird one, the strange one, the one that's like left out? Everyone processes information differently, but They do process it. Some people receive intuition through their thoughts, some people through their emotions, some people through physical sensations. Some people just know, they know because they know. None of these are better. None of these are more evolved. And none of these make somebody more spiritual or more special. And guess what? You can have a multitude of these. You can have all of them or one of them. And it doesn't mean that you're better or worse than anybody. It's just how you translate it. The more you work on your own energy, it's like a muscle, so you can build it and strengthen it. So let's say you want to work on your inner vision. You want to see things clear, or you want to get information, spiritual information or energy translated through your vision easier. You can work on that just the same way as you can work on your inner hearing. Maybe you want to hear clearly. You want to hear those words. You want to hear those lyrics. You want these words to make sense to you. We can work on this. They are our muscles. So it's not like you just have one special one if you're lucky. No, we all have these, so we can all work on them. And if you're ever worried about you doing it wrong, it's not about being right or wrong. It's just knowing that you process differently than the person next to you. And that's cool. So knowing all of this, we actually accidentally block our intuition really easily. And it's like a self-sabotage that we're not even thinking about. The biggest blocks I see aren't really just fear of spirit. They're actually pressure, comparison, and waiting for proof. Pressure. I have to do it this way. It has to come this way. How come I'm not seeing dead people? I'm studying mediumship. Why don't I see them? Do you see that pressure? Like, do you feel that? That's a lot. And that's comparing yourself to someone else. And the language is tricky. People say, like, I see dead people. I say I see dead people, but I don't see them with my vision, like these eyeballs. I see them with my inner vision. It can be confusing. So language is a big piece of it. Know that it's very loose. It's very open. Energy is very flowy and it's perceptive. Like, we are translating. It's like a translator. It literally is. I can speak English, Spanish, and Japanese. When I speak those languages, I can get them mixed up a lot of times, but I try to change my radio frequency, so to speak, to that language when I'm only working. So a lot of times, especially in the beginning, I would get a lot of my Spanish mixed up with my Japanese. And it's really easy to cross those wires, but you got to kind of put yourself into that mode and like, okay, I'm speaking Japanese only right now. And very similar to how energy works and how spirit communication works. We are translating. Everyone has a different way to translate. All translations are okay because all you're doing is explaining what you're sensing, perceiving to somebody else, if that's what you're doing. Yeah, so think of yourself as an energy translator and be kind to yourself. No pressure, no comparing yourself to other people, because that's BS and that's never going to help you. And the proof part, oh my God, you can't really prove this. There's no physical proof, but there's internal proof. There's those hits that, like, yeah, that feels really good. For example, I cannot prove to you that what I'm seeing is real, physically real, but how I like to work and how evidential mediumship has helped me so much is that I try to pick up clues and evidence from spirit that spirit is giving me, present this to the person I'm reading for, and I know nothing about them or their dead loved one. So when those facts hit, it's like, oh yeah, that's them. How did you know that? Well, I'm just translating what spirit is showing me, what spirit is giving me. And also, when there is no physical proof, let's say it's not a person that was alive, maybe you're trying to explain a spirit guide, you'll know, it'll feel good. The reader will say something like, okay, this is what your spirit guide feels like to me. And then the person getting the reading will be like, yeah, I know, that feels so good. And it'll be, for me, when I do this, I'll see spirit guides who are maybe of water. And usually water for me is very feminine, and I'll explain it. And then that'll resonate so well with them. They'll be like, oh yeah, my guide is very watery, or I'm really drawn to the water. I love to go to the beach and the ocean or whatever. So things will hit that make sense, that really speak to their soul. And that's how you can really prove it. But we don't want to look for proof, because then we'll get stuck in that. We'll get stuck in the physical part. The spirit's not physical. So it's so nonsensical to try to make something that is energetic physical. It's so tricky. It gets confusing. That's why it's really important to have a community when you're working to communicate with spirit. And I got you. I have my free community, Spirit Connection Made Easy. It's in the link down below. Or you can find another community that just resonates with you. Just somebody that you can talk to so you don't feel crazy is really important. And remember that your intuition strengthens your trust not the effort. The more you force it, the quieter it'll become. So instead of that, notice what feels steady, what feels solid in your system. Notice what feels calm and notice what doesn't come with panic. So if any part of this felt familiar or felt like it really matters, remember that you're not disconnected. You're always connected. Spirit is always with you. You're not behind. Spirit's always got your back. And you're not imagining things. You are imagining as much as you feel like you're imagining. If you do not trust yourself in this, who will trust you? First, we gotta trust ourselves so that other people can trust us too. And this is going out to you readers out there who are reading for other people, and it gets so scary when you have to get things like that make sense to your client. I'm bringing through, their loved one. You don't want to get things wrong. You really want to give them the best reading you can. And I get it. This is why you gotta really believe that what's coming through for you is you. Is you giving this information. It's 100% accurate, and all you're doing is translating it. Let me know if you want some videos on mediumship, because I can just do that, just how to fine-tune it and get it working really well for you. Your intuition already knows how to communicate with you in the language that your body understands. Remember that. You don't have to chase spirit. Spirit is already with you. If this feels good, remember to subscribe and like, because it'll help me, help you, and help others who are also sensitive beings like me. We can all help each other, but we got to get the information out there. So help me by spreading the word. And remember, boo, spirit is calling. Will you answer the call? Ding!